All right, everybody. As always, I like to say happy Monday. And I know some people don't like Mondays. We look forward to Fridays, but I like Mondays because I get to talk to lots of great people in our community. And we have got a really full show for you today. Normally I have 3 guests, but today we've got 4 because there's a special season coming up. It's more than a game. It's Sarnia Sting OHL hockey, and we've got the voice for the Sarnia Sting. Leigh Cunningham has taken some time out of his very busy time right now. Leigh Cunningham, thanks for being here.
No problem, Dave. Anytime.
This is training camp day is underway today, and therefore, and I think a lot of people probably think you just take the summer off, but that's not really true, is it?
Well, we do get a little bit of downtime. I will admit that, but no, it's a 12-month of the year proposition, Dave. There's no question about it, and especially for the players. We all know that their training regimen and their nutrition and everything is a 12-month of the year deal. So we're looking forward to having the guys back to camp. They did their fitness testing today. They'll take the ice tomorrow, prepare for the black and white game, obviously with the United Way being the benefactor of those contributions in the community, and get ready to go with a home-and-home set with the London Knights Friday in London and back here Saturday night at Progressive Auto Sales Arena. Yeah,
well, it's interesting, you know. I think the games that are coming up in training camp, it's almost an unofficial way of saying summer's over.
But, yeah, I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, let's go.
That usually comes actually after the long weekend in August, where you sort of say, okay, summer is kind of waning down, and now we got to dial in, do a little hockey. But it's a great time of the year, and we're looking forward to it very much.
Yeah, let's go back. And of course, nobody likes to dwell on the past, and we're not going to do that. But looking back from last year's season, there was a lot of strengths that came out of the Sarnia Sting, and we saw a lot of that. But there's always gaps that need to be filled in there. In your opinion, as someone who's really right up close to all of this, what are the strengths the Sarnia Sting needs to hold on to, and what are some of the things they need to work with?
Well, I think we'll start with the positives, and that is a great young nucleus coming back to this organization. The Sarnia Sting boasts some of the best players in the 16 to 18 range with some good solid veterans as well. Ryan McGregor, we'll see if he returns as the captain of this hockey club. He's eligible for an overage season, arguably the best two-way forward in our league. He'll go up to Traverse City with the Columbus Blue Jackets as part of the Detroit Red Wings tournament, which is happening, of course, next month. And a lot of key guys. But what will be missing from the hockey club, Hugo Lavinius will play pro in Sweden this year, taking his goal scoring with him. Obviously, it's tough to see Mitch Elliott leave and join the Vancouver Canucks, who, of course, he signed with as a free agent. So those are 2 key losses, obviously. But let's look at the positive. Jamison Reese coming back, a drafted pick now by the Carolina Hurricanes. We're looking forward to the 2 import players that have come in. Eric Hjorth, defenseman out of Sweden, big kid, 6'3", puck mover, a draft pick of the Columbus Blue Jackets, and Marek Burka, who had 29 goals last year playing for one of the junior leagues in the Czech Republic. So, I like this hockey club for 2 reasons, 2 primary reasons. The compete level is going to be phenomenal with the Reeses and the Braden guys and young guys like Owen Say and Nolan Burke and players like that. And I think the one thing that fans will notice, Dave, is size on the blue line this year between Ashton Reeser and Nolan Dillingham. York is about 6'3". Obviously, Marko Yakovlevich is a big body. Kelton Hatcher, one of the better body checkers in the Ontario Hockey League, back for an overage season at about 6'3". So that is one thing that I think fans will notice is size on the blue line. And I think that's something that is by design. The Sarnia Sting candidly gave up too many goals as a team last year. They'd like to carve a significant portion off of the goals against. If they do that, I think they're going to be right in the race in the West Division.
Yeah, it's kind of and it's kind of bittersweet, this OHL game, isn't it? Because we see so much growth that comes out of the players, and they're obviously looking to go to another level. Hugo, I'm really happy for him because I honestly I think he was a little underrated in the sense of he wasn't necessarily getting all the recognition from other parts of the world, I guess. So it's always nice to see that success there, but it is a little bittersweet. But are you feeling it in the arena already right now? Is the excitement building? Is the buzz coming out at this point?
I think so. A lot of people come up to me and comment that they're looking forward to the season. Obviously, we'll get a good barometer of that, Dave, with the coming week and the training camp sessions beginning tomorrow, carrying on Wednesday into the black and white game, and then the two exhibition games that I alluded to against the London Knights. And I think that'll get things kind of simmering a little bit from a fan base perspective. And when you look at it, people don't like to necessarily separate themselves from their summer. So, the weather starts to cool down a little bit and all that sort of thing, and people start gearing up a little bit more for hockey. So I think we'll transition into that nicely as the days go on. But sure, looking forward to welcoming the players in on the ice tomorrow.
Yeah, fantastic. And of course, one of the great things about the Sarnia Sting as well is their community involvement with multiple groups and organizations. And of course, we know about the black and white game for supportive 14 years now supporting United Way. Community support really seems to be important to the Sarnia Sting.
No, it's massive. It's massive. It's something that certainly the league fosters and likes to support, and the Sarnia Sting, as part of the 20-team Ontario Hockey League, certainly take a page from that. We like to have the guys out in the community and meeting students. We had a nice little visit to Pathways the other day, and things of that nature, various partnerships around the community that support that charitable and community angle that we're striving for. And the players, they really do like interacting with the kids, especially if we go to a school. They're so geared up to see these Sarnia Sting players walk in a little bit larger than life. They come in with the jerseys and whatnot, and you hope that generates into a positive situation here at Progressive Auto Sales Arena in terms of ticket sales and all that. But I think it all coincides. I think a community and a junior hockey team have to have harmony between the two, and I think the Sarnia Sting do a very good job of supporting that, and that will certainly continue this year.
Yeah, fantastic. Let's talk about coaching staff for just a moment. There's always some kind of strategy going on as to how to make the players play and how to teach them and coach them. And of course, everybody in the sidelines thinks they know better or is trying to figure out or get inside the heads.
Absolutely.
What do you think the strategy is this year? And I know that's a pretty broad question, but what's a real main focus here?
Well, I think I'll hark back to what I said about goals against and preventing less goals this year. I think it's number one for this hockey club to really, really carve into that goals against, and the rest will take care of itself. And, I think there's enough talent here from an offensive perspective to generate quite a bit in the way of goals. But if they can carve down that goals against, I think that's the number one priority for this hockey club. And again, I get back to the point that this is a team that looks very competitive on the ice, and they're going to have to be. The West Division is good this year.
Yeah.
When you look at, Sault Ste. Marie will take some hits, obviously, after some very successful seasons due to graduation. But Saginaw last year, of course, the West Division champions, they had a franchise best season last year in so many statistical categories. They return a lot of their core from last year. I think the Windsor Spitfires will be a pretty good hockey club if they get some goaltending. They're led by two outstanding young players in Jean-Luc Foudy and, he's escaping me right now, Will Cooley, two outstanding rookies from last year. And the other team that's on the rise in the West Division after being dormant for the last couple of years, that being the Flint Firebirds, they're going to be pretty good this year. So the West Division is going to be very, very competitive in my estimation. I think the Sting will be right in the thick of it.
And there's a new member of the team this year as well, right?
We've got a couple. Yeah, we've got a few. Ben Gaudreau, of course, a goaltender taken in the first round of the Ontario Hockey League priority selection, has been a goaltender taken that high in almost 20 years. So he comes with a lot of advanced billing. Justin O'Donnell, a second-round pick for the Sarnia Sting, is also on hand. And, that's what training camp's all about, to see if there's any diamonds in the rough and hidden gems that report to camp. And, here's their opportunity to show Nick Sinclair, the general manager, and, of course, the coaching staff, what they can do. And the two European players that I alluded to as well, they are both here and ready to go and start camp tomorrow with the rest of them.
Yeah. And I was also leaning towards, is there a new member of the coaching team as far as
Yeah, Frankie Palazzese.
Yeah, right. Sorry, I didn't know how to say the name.
Yeah, Frankie Palazzese, the new goaltending coach for the Sarnia Sting. Comes in with a wealth of experience at the Ontario Hockey League level as a player between Kingston, Kitchener, and the Sudbury Wolves. Played a little bit of pro. He's had a goaltending clinic that he's operated up in the GTA over the last little while after serving as the goaltending coach last year for the Toronto Varsity Blues at the university level. So looking forward to Frankie coming in and working with these two young netminders. Ethan Langevin is back after what I thought was a very, very fine rookie season last year. Tough for a 17-year-old goaltender to come into the OHL and thrive, and I thought Ethan did a great job last year. And Ben Gaudreau comes in with a lot of advanced billing, obviously being a first-round pick, but I think he and Ethan Langevin are going to have a very, very healthy competition for net time. And Ethan Langevin maybe overshadowed a little bit by, the heralded young rookie, but he's a good goaltender in his own right, and I like the situation for the Sarnia Sting at the position.
Awesome. Well, Leigh Cunningham, I know you've got lots on your plate right now, so I appreciate you taking the 15 minutes to join us here. And we'll see you at all the home games, I'm sure. And again, thanks for your time today. My pleasure, Dave. Anytime. All right. Leigh Cunningham, the voice of the Sarnia Sting. You can listen to him play-by-play on CHOK 103.9 FM and 1070 AM. And thanks to our friend Jake Burry, who helped get Leigh on here with us as well. We appreciate